Welcome back to Energy Insights. Breaking news yesterday, December 17th, 2025, the Department of Energy announced plans to build AI data centers powered by nuclear energy on federal land. This isn't a proposal. The DOE is seeking construction proposals for 3 sites: Oak Ridge in Tennessee, Savannah River in South Carolina, and Paducah in Kentucky. These are former nuclear weapons facilities being transformed into AI hubs. The timeline? Construction begins by end of this year. That's 2 weeks away, with operations by end of 2027. This is part of the Genesis mission, and Energy Secretary Chris Wright is comparing it to the Manhattan Project and Apollo program. That's the level of urgency we're talking about. Today we'll unpack why this is happening, what could go right, what could go wrong, and what it means for America's energy future. By 2030, U.S. data centers will consume 400 terawatt-hours annually, more than all of Mexico. That's a 165% increase in just 5 years. A single 10-word ChatGPT query uses 3 watts. Sounds tiny, but with 900 million users querying AI every hour, that's 2.7 gigawatts per hour globally. AI use is growing 25 to 30% annually. For the first time in decades, U.S. electricity demand is surging. Utilities say we need 34 new nuclear plants over 5 years just to meet demand. Solar and wind are intermittent. AI needs 24/7 power. Natural gas emits carbon. Coal is being phased out. Chris Ritter, DOE's National Technical Director for AI, framed it in 2 questions. How can we use nuclear energy to power the data centers? And how can we use AI to accelerate nuclear deployment and reduce costs? Nuclear became the answer. But the feds aren't alone. Microsoft, 20-year deal with Constellation Energy to restart 3 Mile Island. Yes, that 3 Mile Island. $1 billion DOE loan approved. 835 megawatts for AI data centers. Google, multiple deals. 500 megawatts from Kairos Power's small modular reactors by 2035. Restarting Iowa's Duane Arnold plant by 2029. Building advanced reactors in Tennessee. Amazon bought a data center next to Pennsylvania's Susquehanna nuclear plant. $500 million deal with Dominion Energy for SMRs. Partnership with Energy Northwest for 320 to 960 megawatts in Washington state. The pattern is clear. $6 billion has flowed into nuclear startups. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Silicon Valley has decided nuclear is the future. The Genesis mission, launched November 24th, unifies DOE supercomputers and federal data into the American Science and Security Platform. Nuclear fission and fusion are priority domains. The DOE is building AI data centers on federal land at Oak Ridge, Savannah River, and Paducah, former weapons sites being repurposed. Brian Smith from Idaho National Laboratory explained, doing it on federal lands is a way to get at this quickly without state or local regulations. Tech giants Anthropic, NVIDIA, Amazon, and Microsoft are collaborating. It's a massive public-private partnership. The DOE has $200 billion in lending authority, all eligible for nuclear projects. Energy Secretary Wright says AI will bring 4 to 1 private matching funds. Current U.S. nuclear capacity, 800 terawatt-hours annually. AI demand by 2030 for 100 terawatt-hours. We'd need to expand nuclear by 50% in 5 years. Professor Jacopo Buongiorno from MIT. Even optimistically, nuclear might add only 10 gigawatts by 2030, just 20% of AI demand. So what fills the gap? Fossil fuels. Google quietly removed its 2030 net zero commitment from its website this year. Vogtle plant in Georgia, 11 years, billions over budget. And that used proven technology. Allison McFarland, former NRC chair. Very few proposed SMRs have been demonstrated, and none are commercially available, let alone licensed. We're betting billions on improving technology. The reactor pilot program wants 3 experimental reactors at criticality by July 4th, 2026. That's 18 months for entirely new designs. Heidi Kloff, AI Now Institute. There's no timeline for assessing a new design and making sure it's safe, especially something we haven't seen before. Edwin Lyman, Union of Concerned Scientists. The pilot program is really an attempt to subvert the laws and regulations around commercial nuclear power. Rushing safety reviews to meet political deadlines is exactly how accidents happen. The DOE is using federal land specifically to bypass state and local regulations. Communities near Oak Ridge, Savannah River, and Paducah will have limited say. Paducah's site is currently undergoing environmental remediation after 60 years of uranium enrichment. Now it becomes an AI hub. Who's liable if problems emerge? The RFP says applicants are responsible, but decades from now, who cleans up? FERC blocked Amazon's request for more direct power from Susquehanna, warning of huge ramifications for grid reliability and consumer costs. Meta's data center plans were stopped by discovery of a rare bee species. Even with enormous resources and federal backing, these projects face real-world constraints. AI is supposed to help solve climate change, but AI's energy demands are delaying the clean energy transition. We're using future technology to justify infrastructure that keeps us on fossil fuels longer. While we wait 5 to 10 years for nuclear, data centers are burning natural gas and coal right now. Every year of delay means more emissions. The DOE has $200 billion for nuclear. With 4-to-1 matching, we're talking $1 trillion into nuclear over the next decade. Is that the best allocation? Could some money accelerate renewables, storage, or efficiency faster than new nuclear? Nuclear advocates say it's the only option for reliable, clean baseload power. Critics say it's incredibly expensive, hazardous, and slow to build. The reality: we probably need everything: nuclear, renewables, efficiency, grid upgrades, maybe some natural gas as a bridge. China is building nuclear capacity faster than anyone. South Korea plans 2 new large plants by 2038. This isn't just about powering chatbots. It's about technological leadership. That's why Genesis mission invokes national security. First quarter 2026. DOE selects which federal sites move forward. Watch for community response and environmental reviews. July 4, 2026. 3 experimental reactors target. This validates or invalidates the accelerated approach. Mid-2026. Genesis mission must demonstrate initial capability. Shows if feds can execute or if it's just rhetoric. 2027 to 2030. Multiple plant restarts and first SMRs. This is when we learn if the technology works. Safety reviews being rushed, cost overruns being hidden, community opposition ignored, fossil fuel use increasing while waiting for nuclear, SMR delays with no clear path forward. Safe, economical plant restarts. SMRs prove viable at commercial scale. Federal involvement accelerates deployment without compromising safety. AI helps optimize nuclear operations and reduce costs. We're at an intersection where exponential tech growth meets physical infrastructure limits. Yesterday's announcement shows this is now a federal priority, backed by government resources and authority. Tech needs massive clean power now. The government wants American AI leadership, but wanting and achieving are different. Nuclear offers a path measured in years, not months. Meanwhile, grids strain, fossil fuels fill gaps, communities face projects with limited input, billions go to improving tech. This is messy energy transition reality. Not simple progress, but complex negotiation between innovation and safety, speed and sustainability, federal authority and local autonomy. What makes yesterday significant? The compressed timeline. Construction in 2 weeks, operations by 2027, building nuclear-powered AI centers in 24 months. Wright compares this to Manhattan Project and Apollo. But those took 4 to 8 years, had unlimited budgets, and accepted risks we shouldn't today. The decisions being made now, in DOE offices, boardrooms, regulatory hearings, and communities, shape our energy landscape for decades. This isn't just about data centers. It's whether we can build the infrastructure our future requires without compromising our present values. Are we building the future we want, or just the one we can afford? In the race to power AI, with the federal government committed to nuclear on compressed timelines, that distinction might make all the difference. Thanks for watching Energy Insights. If this was valuable, like and subscribe. I'll track every development in this story. Drop a comment. Do you think federal nuclear-powered AI data centers are the right approach? Are timelines realistic? Should communities have more say? Stay informed, stay critical, keep watching the energy sector. As yesterday showed, The future is being built right now, faster than most realize.